Good evening and welcome to Greater Somerville for June 10th, 2014. I'm Cayenne Anderson. Tonight's topic, Somerville Local First and stimulating the local economy. How this one group has helped create a movement to keep Somerville's independent businesses and scene alive, quirky, and strong. As a fierce advocate for shopping local, our guest tonight is no stranger to this topic. Representing Somerville Local First organization, he is here tonight to talk about their mission, why they are motivated to do what they do, and where you need to be on Friday, June 27th to celebrate the local economy in true 90s style. So please join me in welcoming for his debut appearance here on Greater Somerville, Robert Candido to the show.
Oh, thank you, Cayenne. Thank you for having me.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, no problem.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
So, for those viewers at home, actually, I'm looking at this camera. So, for those viewers at home that are looking at this set and they're like, that looks very different for the hot set. Well, we decided here at Scott TV it was high time for a renovation, a facelift of our own. So, literally, this is the very first show in this studio on this equipment. I mean, Miguel, Wendy, Erica, Gordon, they were all have been working very, very hard to get this to happen. So thanks to all of them. But this is a very high-tech thing, and we are using all new equipment right now. So we have the ability to switch cameras. So for those that have watched before, it's usually just a straight shot such as this, but we have the capability to do a lot more than that. So it's actually quite exciting. And but I myself am a guinea pig tonight. So that's actually a little bit, and usually it's the guests that are nervous, but I'm actually more nervous off the camera than you. But so anyway, what I would like to say, a quick reminder to my co-host, Joe Lynch, who is at home probably watching this. So gone are the days of wearing the shirt, the tie, and the flip-flops and shorts, because as you can see, I'm glad I wore nice shoes this evening, because I completely forgot that it's a very exposed
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that.
I kind of feel like
white shoes.
I know. It was like, okay, you're all matched, and it's great. I'm going to have to give people more of like a fashion kind of like, okay, a critique of what, now you can't wear shorts anymore. But anyway, so very exciting. So back to the issue at hand.
Yes.
So we're here tonight to just talk about Somerville Local First. It's one of those organizations that everybody, I think, is very familiar with, very fond of, because of everything that they do. And more importantly, they have some events going on and an important event coming up that we want to make sure that everyone's aware of. So you, Robert, you've been a member of Somerville Local First for about a year now, so you're relatively new.
Yes, new to the whole game and whole organization, but I'm loving it so far.
And you grew up in Somerville.
Oh yes, grew up my whole life. I went to East Somerville Community School for elementary school and went to Somerville High, graduated in 06.
That's got what do you think of the new community school?
Oh, I visited a couple times, a lot better than the old one, must say.
Right? It's impressive. So, so just quickly, you work at Maggie Inc., a modeling agency.
Yes. I just started there.
Okay.
I'm a few months in, and I love it so far. It's very fast-paced work. Before that, I worked in the jazz industry, which is just as fast-paced, but it's a little spread out.
The jazz industry.
Yeah.
What did you do in the jazz industry?
It was artist management and booking. Okay. So we would kind of organize shows all around the world for some high-profile jazz artists. And part of my job was to make sure everything was on point. Everything was ready to go. I would advance riders and all that stuff beforehand.
You like the fast pace. We were talking about this earlier because I said, okay, Robert, you talk even faster than I do because I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah,
so
I talk so fast.
I talk fast because Minnesotans talk fast so that you can stay warm. That's kind of what I reckon it to. But so anyway, so you're at Somerville Local First. You are the chair of the Arts and Diversity Committee.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
So we just started this committee, and there's a few board members in it with me, Joe Grafton and Deb McLaughlin.
Okay.
We started as a kind of an initiative because we worked a lot with arts for a long time. SLF is very involved in the art scene in Somerville. So we wanted to make a committee that would not really go what people like, you know, the Artisan Asylum are doing right now, but it's trying to work on the other side of art.
What do you mean by, so give me, for some, those at home, the Artisan Asylum is a great organization.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm just trying to understand, so you're not being like the artist.
Yeah, we don't want to teach art with this committee. Our idea is to kind of tackle the business end of art and kind of inform people about permits, how to protect their work, how to protect their copyrights, and how to market your materials, and kind of along those lines. And the diversity part of it is just, on the other hand, we just want to incorporate more people into the SLF mission. And that's, you know, people of other backgrounds, other different ages and social classes. We just want to kind of spread the word around. So that's kind of what our that committee is about right now.
Okay,
you know.
so is it true to say that so now Somerville Local First is taking artists, whereas before the okay.
We've always took artists.
Okay, sorry, I apologize. So it was found. Well, let's just go back. Let's just regroup a little bit here. So it started. It was founded in 2008 by Joe Grafton. I love Joe.
Yeah, he's an amazing person.
He is back. Well, he moved away,
yes.
and now he's back. So welcome back, Joe. Although I don't know if he's living in Somerville. I think he was living in Cambridge last I checked. I checked his Facebook page. Interesting. No, I'm just kidding. So he is back. He is on the board, which is wonderful. And Kat Rutkin is the executive director. And
yes.
that's been since 2012.
Correct.
And she wanted to be here tonight, but unable to do so. So you guys have had a little bit of a change up at the top, but you've got about, what, 250 members?
At the time, yes. Right now.
Okay. All right, and you're growing. You've got, and of those, 225 business members. Oh, so there's business members, artists, nonprofits, and community members.
Yes.
Okay. So what is it, I mean, just briefly, just to talk about how, so you guys, for joining and stuff, people come to Somerville, they're an artist or a business, and they want to kind of get their word out, get into a network of people. So
yes.
you guys provide that in terms of just like a community of sorts, or could you?
Yeah, that's the idea. We want businesses to talk to one another in Somerville and try to get people to connect and try to find new opportunities that they may have not noticed were there before in the city. So part of the membership is you do have access to our database, and we provide to you as much as we can to help support your business in any way possible.
And the database for you, like obviously your Facebook page, your Twitter, et cetera, which is pretty extensive. I mean,
yeah, and also our event network. All our members know about our events and have opportunities to sell out our arts crafts and promote their work in Harvest Fest and SLF Prom and everything.
Okay, so in order for you, okay, so you're an organization that's advocating locally owned independent business in Somerville. You exist to help level the playing field so that our local indie business can thrive alongside some of the bigger players.
Yes, that's true.
Which is wonderful. So why did you get involved? Did just like you're kind of you wanted to come back to Somerville where you grew up? And
well, when I got involved, I still lived in Somerville. But my main concern is just something that's very passionate to me. I believe in a functioning economy. You need to work together.
Yep.
Working together builds a better city, builds a better community. You get to know people, and when the people you know and love are making money and working together in businesses, it just makes the whole environment a lot happier. And growing up in Somerville in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was a very close-knit community. I grew up in the Brazilian and Portuguese side of Somerville, and it was very close-knit. People stuck together, and I like to see that going. And when I first got introduced through SLF, through some work I did at the Armory at the time, I was very taken by their mission and what they're trying to do. So naturally I was intrigued, and they approached me, and everything went smooth sailing after that. And
here you are. So one question I have is that obviously the organization is very strong, and it's had a very strong kind of movement with everything. I mean, everything going on in Somerville, there just seems to be this kind of return to independent businesses, things like that, which I feel is just it's just wonderful because obviously that's kind of where we're headed anyway. But in order to do that, though, obviously you have to be within a city, I think, that encourages that, right? Because, I mean, obviously you're an organization, you have a number of members, but, I mean, even equally as important are the support, like the city. And are there do they help promote your cause in ways? Do you have partnerships or?
We can't underestimate the influence that the mayor's office and the city of Somerville has in promoting local economy here in Somerville. They've done amazing work. They support us full forwardly.
Yeah.
All ahead.
Well, don't they have? I mean, I'm asking this just because we'll get to prom in a second, but I want to just make sure people at home understand, because if they are artists or they're smaller businesses, I do think the city has a number of, and we don't have to talk about this necessarily here, but don't they have a number of programs that can help with, if you wanted to start a business, like packets and things like that, like going onto the city website, finding those things out. So if you have an idea, you want to start something, the city is definitely, along with Somerville Local First, a very good avenue for like smaller businesses to, and even their, storefront. Some of the smaller businesses have the storefront renovation, like EB Sushi.
Yes.
They have programs such as that where the city will contribute. I think they do. Is that still going on? Do you know or not?
I'm not sure about that.
You're not sure? I want to say, well, there's ways that the city can help with the renovation, partial help with renovation of like exterior storefronts, so that it encourages businesses to grow and kind of transform things like that. But anyway, that's just something that's good, that I think that's wonderful.
Oh, absolutely.
For the city.
And Somerville Local First is hoping to kind of move forward in that and try to be more of a tool in the upcoming business community as well.
Yeah.
We're reworking some new things in Somerville Local First and moving forward to the next year, and we try to hope to be kind of a one-stop shop in the future.
Yeah.
With places for just the information that you need when you're interested in starting a business, if you're currently running a business, to try to make it just easier to access. But some City of Somerville website also has all the information ready to go as well.
So here's a question, because we got questions. I gave them questions ahead of time, but there was a little shifting in the group, so you might get a question thrown at you. You're going to be fine. You're gonna
it's fine.
But no, the question that I have is that, okay, so one of the things I love about this city, and I preach about it all the time, is that I love these incubation kind of innovative things that are going on, specifically say for like Kitchen Inc., right? Yeah. You've got Kitchen Inc., you've got something where these people, Union Square Donuts, right? They used to be in Kitchen Inc. kind of incubator space, and then they grew to such popularity that they've now grown, and they moved, and now they moved again. They're in a new location. So how does Somerville Local First, do you collaborate with some of those, more, because some of the people that maybe don't have a storefront, that can't quite afford that yet, and they're testing things out, do you guys, I mean, anyone can be a member, right? So it's not just, but do you collaborate ever with those more kind of incubator spaces? Because those are kind of more of the premature businesses of Somerville, or not?
Absolutely. We try to work with everyone, all of our members try to work with in any way possible. A good story that's similar to Union Square Donuts is Cuisine Locale.
Yeah.
Where we're hosting our next prom. They were a pop area for about 5 years, and they bought out the Anthony's place, and now they have their own storefront now. So it's kind of nice to see. I wasn't part of SLF during the rise into the storefront, so I can't speak too much about how we worked along with some of our members to build that. But I will say that it does happen, and it's wonderful to see in the city as well.
Okay. Oh, well, sorry. Look at that new technology, folks. Sorry about that. I just hit a button and I went the wrong way. But anyway, so speaking of Somerville Local First, speaking of prom, because what is it? Is it June
27th?
It's not. No, it's not really prom season. I was kind of trying to roll that in because using prom season is like April. Well, anyway, that being said, Somerville Local First has a number of fantastic events, which they are, raising money and to gain kind of awareness of the group, of the business, etc. So one of the things that they wanted to do was to come in and talk about their next event, the big event, which is going to be on June 27th.
Yes.
From 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. So a big party. And that's going to be at 156, I want to say it's 156 Highland Avenue at Cuisine
in Locale.
And Locale, which is right next to what used to be there. The location.
Anthony's used to be
Anthony's,
there. Everyone knows Anthony's.
Everybody knows Anthony's. So I understand that. So that blue awning right along Highland Ave, right by Highland Kitchen.
Yes.
That's where they are. Mm-hmm. And I think they're keeping the blue awning. Is this what I heard? Because it's so like Somerville. I heard that there's like a discussion about them keeping the awning.
Well, it's still there, and I would like it.
I know. Nice. It's kind of like retro trendy. I kind of like it. But anyway, so this prom, tell me a little bit about prom.
Okay, so this idea came last year. Mm-hmm. We were looking for a fundraiser to do in this time of the year, and some of our members had the great idea of throwing an 80s prom. That year, it was at the Greek Orthodox Church.
Okay.
And it was just such a huge success. Everyone loved it. People dressed up. We had a photographer on staff, taking pictures of everybody for free. So the idea behind it was just to raise a little bit of money for Somerville Local First, but also try to have some fun, give back to our members and give back to the community a little bit, and provide just like a fun, outgoing activity. Mm-hmm. So this year came around, and we're really excited to do the prom again. We're excited to work with Cuisine Locale to host the prom. The space is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. It'll be a lot louder than last year's prom for anyone who went to last year's prom. And
what happened to last year's prom?
Oh, it was loud.
Too quiet?
They have a bigger sound system.
Wait, it'll be louder?
Venue. It'll be louder.
Okay. I thought maybe, okay.
Louder and brighter, and we'll play 90s music all night. It should be a great time.
Well, but here's a second, though. Okay, 90s versus 80s, because I was actually thinking about this, and I was like, okay, I'm familiar with because everybody, the neon's back, right? I mean, everybody's rocking neon. I get that. But at the same time, 90s, like, are there prizes? I think you said you have prizes.
Yes, we'll have costume prizes.
Okay.
And we'll have a prom
Encourage
king and queen
people.
as well. Yes.
Wait, oh, so prom king and queen?
Yes, we had one last year, and we're hoping to bring that back
Wait a
this
sec.
year.
So who gets that? Do you get a sash? Do you get a sash and a tiara, or no?
I'm not sure what the prize is. I'm not going to give that out.
Oh,
We'll
look at
mention
that.
it at
So
the
alluring,
prom.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, the board will choose a prom king and queen, and it'll generally be the best dressed.
Best dressed prom king and queen. They don't have to be your date. So like if your date doesn't have a good outfit, that's fine. You can still become
You can still
the
be
queen.
king or queen.
King
Yes.
or queen. Okay, and that's nice. And then they have so 90s. What? Give me some like. I'm trying to think of the 90s. I've been seeing your Facebook feed or your Twitter feed, and I'm like, wow, it's got all the Milli Vanilli. That was the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, Milli Vanilli was 90s, I believe. Well, I was really small in the 90s.
I was just gonna say. I mean,
was
not
very,
for
very
nothing here.
young.
Usually, my guests are at least of the same. I don't know if you even. Yeah. You even know what's in the 90s?
I know a little
Were
bit
you
of the
even
90s.
around in the 90s?
Yes, yes, I was. I'm 26 years old, so
Oh my God.
I was young.
So am I.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so how many people usually go to this? Because this is a big venue, right? I mean, it can fit a lot of people.
It fit a lot of people. Last year we had, I believe, just under 300 people show up.
Under 300 people.
Don't quote me on that, but I think it was around that number. And we're shooting for about 300 this time. So
Is that
really
the maximum
wanna have-
capacity at Cuisine Locale?
No, I think it's a little bit higher, maximum capacity.
You can
there,
go a
but
little
we want to
higher.
go for 300. Yeah.
Okay, and so I understand the tickets are $20.
Yes, $30 at the door, though.
$30 at the door.
So get your tickets now.
So talk to me about what's going to be. Are they hosting it with? Are they catering it, or is there food? What's the?
There will be food. We're still working out what exactly will come with your ticket,
Okay.
as far as I know. And there will be food. They make the most amazing food. Everything is locally sourced. There will be food for sale there. There'll be signature cocktails. I'm not sure what the 90s signature cocktail is, but I think that's
Because
in their
you can't
domain.
even. Can you even drink now? No. I'm just kidding.
I can't drink now.
Okay, so there'll be a signature cocktail. There'll be prizes. There'll be
Yes.
food.
There'll be a DJ spinning 90s music.
And will there be?
great
Is
lights.
there going to be like a little photo thing? So like with
Oh yes, with
balloons
props as
behind
well.
me.
Yeah, it's kind of a staple for SLF events. All of our big events have a photo booth with props.
A photo booth.
Yeah, people just love it.
So you don't have to be a member.
No, you don't
To
have to be
come
a
to the
member to
prom.
come. No.
So for those of you at home who really maybe never made it to prom, which is totally fine. There are a lot of people out there that maybe just want to redo, maybe forget who you brought prom
Yeah.
and just redo it.
I felt that way last year. It was
You
great.
do? You just kind of rid the demons of the
Yes.
prom? Okay, nice. So talk to me about some other events. I know you guys are involved. I mean, the prom is obviously the one that's upcoming on the 27th.
Yes. Mhm.
But what are the other things that Somerville Local First has on its horizons? Like you do Harvest Fest?
Harvest Fest is our big event
And talk
every
to me
year.
a little bit about that. Like when
Har-
it is.
Yes,
how long?
the exact date of Harvest Fest.
Around.
It's
You can
alluring
give
me.
me-
Oh, it's always in October. Yeah.
Always in October.
Yes.
Harvest.
And every year we get together with local brewers, craft brewers, and some local restaurants, and we put them all under one roof and offer them up for the community to come out and taste some beer. There'll be live music. There'll be a photo booth. There'll be delicious food to eat, and all of it comes with the price of your ticket.
The price of your ticket. And the
Yes.
tickets are around the same. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
they're
about.
not for sale yet.
So Harvest Fest. Okay, so that's another big one that you guys do. What are the other? I mean, like, because you guys kind of seem like. I mean, don't take this wrong. It's good. You
Yes.
kind of pop up everywhere,
We
right?
do pop up everywhere. We do a lot of locals for lovers events. We do a lot of
Yeah.
shops throughout the year. Just like a holiday market. We do a Valentine's Day market. We just did a Mother's Day market.
A Mother's Day market,
Yeah.
holiday market. Now, do you take part in the Union Square Farmers Market? Are you guys?
I do not personally.
You do not?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. So now, how about your collaboration? Do you collaborate? Because I'm doing some work in Cambridge, and I've been working with Jacqueline over there at Cambridge Look First. She's lovely. And I'm wondering, she just actually had a baby, so that's kind of
yes.
exciting.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Jacqueline. Yeah.
So what, do you do collaborations with other local, because how many other local first organizations are, I mean, there's a lot, right? Or
There's quite a few. Joe Grafton would have the exact number in his head, but
Oh, that's all right,
at
yeah.
least I know in the area
That's
there's
fine.
about 5 or 6.
there's like
that
5
I
or 6,
know,
and
yeah.
how do you collaborate with them, or is it kind of?
Oh, we do. Every year there's usually a summit that happens. I went to it last year. It was a great event. A few local firsts from around the area in New Hampshire came out.
Really?
And we all got together and just talked about the mission in general. And we do a lot of work with Amoeba, which Joe works for, and SBN too, the Sustainable Business Network. And
what's Amoeba? I'm sorry. Is it Amoeba?
Oh,
Is
I
that what
can't
you said?
remember the acronym at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
it's like the national local first
Okay,
campaign.
wonderful. Okay, so you do a lot of collaboration with them. And now what about the Chamber of Commerce. Do you do anything? I mean, I'm just wondering how it's all connected.
I don't personally do anything with the Chamber of Commerce,
so
I can't really talk about that yet.
No, that's fine. Okay, so that's good. So you encourage people to come to your events and gain memberships that way. You know, I just think it's really interesting because I think, especially on the show, you know, we've had a lot of there's a lot of development that's going to be going on.
Yes.
In the future. As you may know, like Union Square is going to be picking a master developer soon in the next couple of weeks,
Assembly Rows,
Assembly Row, like all this stuff. So how do you, I guess my question is, so in my personal opinion, I think it's even more critical that the businesses, the independent businesses, the Ricky's markets, you know, all these, that they stay here for the long term. So like, I mean, obviously you guys are doing these events right now, but like, internally, is the board talking about projecting like 10? I mean, I know it's hard to be like, okay, where are you going to be for 10 years?
Yeah.
But I do really think that those types of things need to be talked about just because this is going to change Union Square so much.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It'll change Union, it'll change Assembly Square. And we do talk about it on the board, but I can't really elaborate on our personal opinion. I can't speak to that nature. But
yeah, no, that's fine. I know you're not technically supposed to. Okay.
Yeah, on my personal opinion, I welcome all the development, and I hope
you do welcome the development.
Well, just because I feel like there'll be ways to work together, which is the idea.
Yeah.
Which is not a competition. It's how we can all work together to make a better community.
So, true. Yeah. I'd agree with that. But I guess what I would say is it the goal of Somerville Local First? And I know you're not speaking. Kat is the executive director. So I was already told I'm not supposed to ask certain questions. But the thing of it is, we have 28 minutes, and you know these are questions that you can just throw out, and if you can't answer it, you can't. But my question is more like, in this, for example, Union Square. This is my soapbox. I always get on the soapbox. Is that, you know, this new master developer is going to be picked? I hope, this is maybe my plea as a kind of community member, that Somerville Local First takes an active role in being at the table to speak.
Oh,
it doesn't have, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure that voice, because you guys do have such a strong voice, and I really commend, you know, Joe has worked so hard, Kat, and I just think that for them being, you know, present at all these future, once they pick one, you know, where the developments are going to be happening along the Green Line. I just think that it'll be a really important thing.
Yeah, SLF presence will be there in all the talks. We are very involved in the development right now, and we talk about it every board meeting. It's a big issue within Somerville Local First, and we want to make sure that everyone is heard, and we're going to fight to make sure that everyone's voice is heard.
Yeah, because I mean, with rents and this, I probably would go into the artists as well. I mean, because you've got a lot of artists that are, you know, over at Brick Bottom or Joy Street or wherever they are. I mean, I would assume that's something that they talk to you guys about quite frequently. Is, you know, like spaces being affordable and working all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
so, I mean,
that's an issue for everybody. Doesn't matter what you do, artists or anything. Rents are rising. You can't, it's unavoidable. So it's hard to know what the answer is to that, but it definitely is an issue that needs to be brought up and spoken about
and talked
regularly.
About. Yes, absolutely. And you guys are talking about and growing. So, do you have like a certain number of members that you're looking at getting? I mean, do you want to grow to like?
Yes, we're always growing.
Really?
Yes. We just established a bunch of subcommittees as the Arts and Diversity Committee.
Wonderful.
We're hoping to reel in some community members to join those committees with us, not necessarily as a board member or voting board member per se, but to help out, to hear your voice, to hear what you want us to do, how we can better serve you, and get a little bit involved. And maybe it can be a segue to joining the SLF board or just being more active community member in general. So you're looking for community members.
So
and business
do
owners,
because I mean, here's the thing. I don't own a business. Not yet anyway. No, just kidding. So the question is, anyone can join.
Yes.
Do businesses have different fees? Do the businesses have different fees?
Yeah, there's different fees set up, which can be visited on our website. You'll see all the different fees that are set up. And yes, anybody can be a member. We welcome any support we can get. But
as far as access to that database that you're talking about, or to the network, that's more for business.
Yeah, that's the idea for businesses. But we also we don't limit anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to help.
No, that's totally good. So we've got a couple minutes. So we can talk a little bit about, I'm trying to see if I've got everything. So this is weird. I've got all these little devices here. I'm trying to, so you guys.
First show with the new setup.
I know, but I think we've been doing kind of good. I've been switching the camera. I have like all this stuff at my fingertips. I can switch camera views. It's kind of exciting. I hope I don't do it wrong, but whatever. So you guys are on Facebook.
Yes.
So your Facebook page is Somerville Local First. Mm-hmm. You have 4,600 fans. 4,637 fans.
Yes, people
That's
like
a lot.
us, I guess.
Yeah, so we were supposed to do, full disclosure, we were supposed to do pictures tonight to show all the fun prom shots.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But I, the tech-savvy person that I am, I said that I couldn't. This is too much. So definitely go to their Facebook page. They have wonderful photos there. You're also on Twitter, @LocalFirst. So @Local1ST, 3,700 followers, impressive. And your website is www.somervillelocalfirst.org. So that's all one word. So what do you think has been the most enjoyable thing about you joining this group? I mean, do you hang out with a lot of people? I mean, is it like, obviously you're a board member, you meet like once a month or something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not, so if somebody wanted to be a board member, it's not a huge time commitment. Would you have to be elected?
It is a time commitment. Yes, there's a whole board initiation process to become a board member. But it does take up a lot of time. It's not just showing up to the board meeting.
Oh, no.
We expect you to be like active outside the board meeting as well and try to be an activist, advocate outside for our initiatives as well. But
I guess what I'm saying is if you want to be a member, you come in and be a member, and then you have to be a member for a certain number of time to then be on the board?
Oh, no.
Anyone could just...
Yeah, we just we recruit board members. So we try to seek out what we're missing from our board and try to seek out more members, and generally people that really impress us that we generally have a fond admiration for. So they feel can really utilize what we can bring to the table, but also bring something to the table for us as well.
Okay. And so you like being involved?
I do like being involved. I'm still getting my feet wet in the nonprofit world. It's my very first nonprofit that I've worked with, but I really enjoy it. The board are just most amazing people you'll ever meet.
And when are you moving back then? That's the question.
Oh, I'm looking at apartments now. September, hopefully.
Oh, you are? Look at. Okay, see, I kind of give him a hard time because it's like you don't even live in Somerville, but he grew up here, so you get points.
23 years is a long time to be in Somerville.
So definitely, people really check out this on your www.somervillelocalfirst.org. That will be 90s prom night, Friday, June 27th, from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. at Cuisine and Locale at 156 Highland Avenue. $20 advance sale or $30 at the door. Make sure you have your corsages ready. I'm making mine, definitely making mine. But it's for a wonderful cause. Eastern Bank, primary sponsor, and Cuisine and Locale is doing a lot of stuff, and hopefully there'll be Pretty Things beer there because I love it. Yes. I love that stuff. But anyway,
it's so good.
So I would like to thank our guest tonight, Robert Candida, for stopping by and catching up on all the exciting events on the calendar for Somerville Local First. So make sure you purchase your ticket today for 90s Prom on June 27th at 156 Highland Avenue, and buy your tickets in advance for $20 or $30 at the door. And a reminder to the viewers at home how important shopping local is to stimulate the local economy. With development on the rise and the potential threat of smaller scale businesses to be suffering from high release rates, every purchase you make at these stores really does matter. So let's make sure to keep that funky Somerville allure alive and well, and make sure you're supporting these business owners and encouraging more innovative businesses to come our way. So please check out our new and improved blog for more information on tonight's episode, Somerville Local First, and other related links, as well as checking out all other Greater Somerville episodes. So that does it for us tonight from the new studio here at SCAT TV. Thank you to the viewers at home for watching, and as always, stay safe and stay informed. Good night, everyone.